मैं आपकी फेवरेट शांता मैं फिर से हाजिर हूँ आपके सामने एंजाइम का तीसरा और आखिरी पार्ट लेके। लेकिन फ्रेंड्स, अगर आप मेरे चैनल पे नए हैं तो पहले मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल बटन को दबाइए, और आखिर में वीडियो अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो लाइक और शेयर करना मत भूलिए। चलिए फ्रेंड्स, स्टार्ट करते हैं। आज जो एंजाइम का टॉपिक हम डिस्कस करेंगे दैट इज फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग एंजाइम एक्शन. Number of factors are there that can affect enzyme action, which are written on the board. पहला जो factor है that is called enzyme concentration, and I am going to describe in front of you graphically. आप भी एग्जाम में ग्राफ के साथ ही एक्सप्लेन करें तो अच्छा होगा. So मैं करती हूँ, आप देखिए. Students, in case of enzyme concentration in a reaction, if other parameters are constant, if you increase the enzyme concentration, it increases the rate of reaction. But up to a certain point, when limiting effect or saturation point is reached. So, आप क्या लिखने वाले हैं इस हेडिंग में? आपको लिखना है कि increase in enzyme concentration increases the rate of reaction up to a certain point when limiting effect or saturation point is reached. यही पॉइंट्स आपको लिखने हैं अंडर दिस एंजाइम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. नाउ हमारा नेक्स्ट फैक्टर व्हिच इज कॉल्ड प्रोडक्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. मैं उसको भी इसी ग्राफ में एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करूंगी. Students, increase in product concentration has an adverse effect on the rate. You can see the graph. प्रोडक्ट अगर एक्यूमुलेट होता है इन ए रिएक्शन दैट इट विल हैव एन एडवर्स इफेक्ट ऑन द रेट. सो यही आपको लिखना पड़ेगा अंडर दिस प्रोडक्ट कंसंट्रेशन हेडिंग, दैट इज इंक्रीज इन प्रोडक्ट कंसंट्रेशन हैज एन एडवर्स इफेक्ट ऑन द रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन. सो एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट शुड बी प्रिवेंटेड. नंबर 3 इज द सबस्ट्रेट कंसंट्रेशन. उसको भी हम इसी ग्राफ में शो करने की कोशिश करेंगे. Students, for a given value of enzyme, that means enzyme concentration should be constant. For a given value of enzyme, increase in substrate concentration increases the rate of reaction. But up to a certain point, when all the active side of the given value of enzyme will be occupied by the substrate, then velocity of the reaction will be maximum. जब आपने जो given value of enzyme लिया है उसमें सबस्ट्रेट जितना आप ऐड करते जाएंगे, धीरे धीरे सारे एंजाइम के एक्टिव साइट सबस्ट्रेट के द्वारा एक्यूमुलेट हो जाएंगे, और उस वक्त रिएक्शन का जो वेलोसिटी वो हो जाएगा Vmax एंड एंजाइम हो जाएगा सैचुरेटेड. यहाँ पे आप ग्राफ में देख सकते हैं हाफ ऑफ Vmax का वैल्यू नीचे हमने डॉटेड लाइन से सबस्ट्रेट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन की तरफ हमने एक कांस्टेंट लिखा है. दिस इज कॉल्ड Km, which is also known as Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant. Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant because it was derived by Michaelis and Menten in the year 1913. Mathematically they derived this thing. What is Km? Km is the substrate concentration. You can see that Km is the substrate concentration when rate of enzyme catalyzed reaction reaches half of its maximum velocity. Yes students, you just note it down because it is very important question for your exam. What is Km? Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant, which is the substrate concentration at which rate of enzyme catalyzed reaction reaches half of its maximum velocity. Km value indicate the affinity of enzyme for the substrate. Low value of Km indicates higher affinity of enzyme for substrate. And vice versa. मतलब फ्रेंड्स, अगर Km का वैल्यू कम होता है तो दैट इंडिकेट्स दैट एंजाइम हैज मोर एफिनिटी टुवर्ड्स द सबस्ट्रेट. अगर Km का वैल्यू हाई होता है दैट इंडिकेट्स लो एफिनिटी ऑफ एंजाइम फॉर द substrate. So Km is very important. So Km is very important for your exam. Very important. Now our next factor is temperature. उसको भी हम ग्राफिकली एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. टेम्परेचर एंड पीएच के बारे में इन माय लास्ट लेक्चर, लास्ट वीडियो में मैंने टेम्परेचर और पीएच के बारे में एक्सप्लेन किया था. जिन्होंने वो वीडियो नहीं देखा प्लीज वो वीडियो देखिएगा. टेम्परेचर एंजाइम एक्शन इज मैक्सिमम विद इन ए रेंज ऑफ टेम्परेचर. एंजाइम्स एक्टिविटी इज मैक्सिमम विद इन ए रेंज ऑफ टेम्परेचर. उस रेंज को कहा जाता है ऑप्टिमम टेम्परेचर व्हिच इज फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द एंजाइम इज 25 to 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. इट वाज एक्सप्लेन इन माय लास्ट वीडियो. उस रेंज में एक टेम्परेचर होता है उसको कहा जाता है ऑप्टिमम टेम्परेचर where the enzyme action will be maximum. Enzymes get denatured at high temperature and they become inactive at freezing temperature. आपको पता है फ्रेंड्स कि वार्म ब्लडेड एनिमल दे कैन मेंटेन देयर बॉडी टेम्परेचर, लेकिन कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल दे कांट मेंटेन देयर बॉडी टेम्परेचर. उनका विंटर सीजन में उनका बॉडी टेम्परेचर फॉल करता है एंड समर सीजन में टेम्परेचर हाई करता है. दैट इज दे कांट कंट्रोल देयर टेम्परेचर. देयर टेम्परेचर चेंजेस विद द एनवायरनमेंट. इसी वजह से कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल जो होते हैं वो विंटर सीजन में विंटर स्लीप में चले जाते हैं जिसको हाइबरनेशन कहा जाता है. एंड समर सीजन में वो एस्टिवेशन में चले जाते हैं विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज समर स्लीप बिकॉज देयर बॉडी टेम्परेचर फ्लक्चुएट्स एंड देयर एंजाइम्स कांट एक्ट प्रॉपरली इन बोथ सीजन्स. इसीलिए वो हाइबरनेशन एंड एस्टिवेशन में जाते हैं. आवर नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज पीएच एंड ग्राफ इज सिमिलर टू आवर टेम्परेचर. तो उसको भी हम इसी में शो करेंगे. एंजाइम्स एक्शन इज मैक्सिमम एट अ रेंज ऑफ पीएच. उस रेंज में एक पीएच होता है वेयर द एंजाइम एक्शन विल बी द हाईएस्ट. दैट पीएच इज कॉल्ड ऑप्टिमम पीएच. An optimum pH can be neutral, can be acidic, can be basic. So that was also described in my last video that I have given example also students कि pepsin at its best at pH 2, trypsin 8.5 में करता है. तो आप वो वीडियो जरूर रेफर कीजिए. Main point is that both in case of temperature and pH enzymes action is maximum at optimum pH and optimum. Now our next factor is activators. So अभी हमें ग्राफ की जरूरत नहीं है. Now activators are what? Activators are factors that can activate proenzyme into their active form. Now what are proenzyme? Proenzyme का दूसरा नाम zymozyme भी कहा जाता है फ्रेंड्स. Very important for exam. Because our living cell synthesizes enzyme and some enzymes are synthesized as inactive form. Those inactive enzymes are called proenzyme or zymozymes. And our activators activate inactive enzyme into active form. This is the function of our activators. So activator का function क्या है friends? They activate proenzyme into their active form form. So I will give you some example. जैसे कि one enzyme that is secreted along with our gastric juice, उसको कहा जाता है पेप्सिनोजेन. Friends, पेप्सिनोजेन एक inactive enzyme है, that is it is an example of proenzyme. It is activated to pepsin. Pepsin जो है active form and it is activated with the help of HCl. So this is one example of activator. यहाँ पे HCl is the activator. Other example भी हम दे सकते हैं और एक example देते चलिए. One enzyme is there in our pancreatic juice. उसको कहते हैं trypsinogen. It is also an example of inactive enzyme, proenzyme. It is activated to trypsin. With the help of enterokinase. So students, HCl and enterokinase, these are our activators जिन्होंने क्या किया, inactive enzyme को active किया. Activator को और एक function है, it increases the efficiency of some enzyme such as chloride ion. It is an activator which increases the efficiency of salivary amylase enzyme. So this is our activator factor. Now our next factor is inhibitor. तो चलिए ऊपर वाला पोर्शन हम थोड़ा मिटा लेते हैं. Now inhibitor क्या है? Inhibitors are those factors which can cause temporary or permanent stoppage of enzyme action. Inhibitor. Now based on the type of inhibitors, three types of inhibitions are: number 1, competitive inhibition. Now friends, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, substrate and inhibitor are structurally similar. That is substrate and inhibitor are structurally similar. डायग्रामेटिकली हम देखें तो हमारा एग्जाम्पल आप देख सकते हैं. सपोज दिस इज वन एंजाइम एंड दिस इज आवर सबस्ट्रेट एंड सबस्ट्रेट नेम. इट इज एन एग्जाम्पल, यू कैन नोट इट डाउन, सक्सिनेट. एंड द इनहिबिटर which is structurally similar to the substrate called malonate can inhibit the action of enzyme. इस एंजाइम का नाम है सक्सिनेट डिहाइड्रोजिनेज. Now if in this reaction, if our substrate binds to the active site, then there will be no inhibition. But if inhibitor, which is structurally similar to the substrate, it will compete with the substrate for the active site. If it binds to the active site, then enzyme action will be inhibited. So this is a perfect example of our competitive inhibition, where the substrate and the inhibitor are structurally similar and they will compete for the same active site. Now this is our example, आप note कर सकते हैं. Now our next type will be number 2 is non-competitive inhibition. ये वाला आपने नोट के लिए होगा. In this case, substrate and inhibitor are structurally not similar. So they will not compete for the same active site. Here the inhibitor binds to a site other than the active site and causes inhibition of the enzyme action. Example, cyanide, which is a non-competitive inhibitor, can inhibit action of cytochrome oxidase enzyme. Cytochrome oxidase is a mitochondrial enzyme. So यहाँ पे हमारा जो cyanide, it will bind to a site other than the active site. वो active site पे bind नहीं करेगा. So there will be no competition between the active site. दिखा देती हूँ, चलिए ड्राइंग में पकड़ लीजिए. This is our enzyme and this is our active site. Suppose this is the substrate and suppose this is the inhibitor. Here the inhibitor will bind to a site other than the active site. Suppose पकड़ लीजिए, this is the site where it will bind and it will cause the inhibition of the enzyme action. So this is our non-competitive inhibitor. This is a very good example of our non-competitive inhibition. So the last type of inhibition is number 3. Number 3 will be allosteric inhibition. It is also a type of reversible non-competitive inhibition. Here, this kind of inhibition will find to those enzymes where two type of sites are found. पकड़ लिए, ड्राइंग में दिखाती हूँ मैं आपको. Suppose this is the structure of one enzyme. Here two type of sites will be there. One site is called active site for the substrate. Suppose this is the substrate. And other site is called allosteric site where the inhibitor will bind. Suppose this is the inhibitor. Here the inhibitor will be called modulator or modifier. In this case, the inhibitor will be either product or intermediate of reaction. Hence, this kind of inhibition is also called feedback allosteric inhibition because end product can inhibit the action of enzyme. तो कैसे वो inhibit करता है देखिए friends. First, this modulator it will bind to the इस साइड में वो bind कर जाएगा. Modulator will bind to the allosteric site. After binding to the allosteric site, it will changes the structure of active site. It will changes the structure of active site and thus prevents binding of original substrate to the changed active site. So enzyme substrate complex formation होगा नहीं, तो क्या formation होगा? Enzyme modulator complex. इसका मतलब inhibitor which can be either product or intermediate of reaction, it will bind to the allosteric site. After binding to the allosteric site, it will changes the structure of the original active site. Thus, it prevents binding of original substrate to the active site. Thus, it causes the inhibition of enzyme action. एक example मैं देती हूँ. One example, in a glycolytic pathway, glucose is changed to glucose 6-phosphate plus ADP. Here, excessive production of product, ये जो product है, it can inhibit the action of enzyme. Enzyme का नाम है hexokinase. enzyme itself. So this is a special quality of allosteric inhibition where product can inhibit the action of enzyme, and that kind of inhibition will be known as feedback allosteric inhibition. So these are, students, the important factors that can affect enzyme action. Other than these, radiation, protein, poisons, these are there which can also affect the structure of enzyme, but these are the important factors that can affect enzyme action. स्टूडेंट, हमारा नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एंजाइम. As per nomenclature unity of International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, there are 6 main categories of enzymes which are written on the board. The first one is oxidoreductases, which catalyze oxidation reduction reaction, that is removal of addition or hydrogen, removal of oxygen or removal of electron, addition of oxygen or addition of electron. In this reaction you can see that any compound, if it accepts hydrogen or electron, it will be called reduced. Any compound, if it accepts oxygen, it will be called oxidized. Any compound, if it donates oxygen, then it will be called reduced. Any compound, if it donates electron or hydrogen, it will be called oxidized. Now, these include 3 types of enzymes: oxidases, dehydrogenases, reductases. I have given example. The first one is cytochrome oxidase, and this is a very important enzyme in our electron transport chain. This enzyme will add oxygen to hydrogen that form water. And the next enzyme is dehydrogenase enzyme. This enzyme, one the example I have given, succinate dehydrogenase. It is in our Krebs cycle where succinate substrate is converted into fumarate, and here hydrogen is removed. Third category of enzyme is reductases. Here one example I have given, nitrate reductase, that is nitrate is reduced to nitrite with the help of enzyme nitrate reductase. Now our next category of enzyme is transferases, which catalyze transfer of group. Most important thing, student, transfer of group other than hydrogen, because if hydrogen is removed then the category will be oxidoreductases, but here transfer of group will occur but other than hydrogen from one molecule to another. In this reaction you will see that 2 substrates are there, that is S and S dash, and one group G has been transferred from substrate S to substrate H dash. You can see in the product area with the help of enzyme transferase. Example that is given, one is hexokinase enzyme. This enzyme will help in glycolytic pathway where glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate where phosphate group is transferred. And the second enzyme which is given, glutamate pyruvate transaminase, and this enzyme will transfer amino group from glutamate to pyruvate during the synthesis of alanine amino acid. So these 2 examples are very important for the transferase enzyme. Our third category of enzyme is hydrolases, which catalyze hydrolysis reactions, that is breakdown of compound in presence of water. You can see that one compound is there, A-B, which is broken into simpler form with the help of water. Our best examples are digestive enzymes such as amylases, proteases, lipases. Amylase enzyme will help in breakdown of carbohydrate. Protease enzymes are used for digestion of protein, and lipases are used for the digestion of lipid. Students, our next class of enzyme is lyases. These enzymes will catalyze breakage of bond, removal of group, but remember student, without hydrolysis. It can remove group, it can break bond like that, and that will form double bond. So catalyze group elimination to form डबल बॉन्ड. यहाँ पे इन दोनों के बीच का ये ग्रुप टूट के डबल बॉन्ड क्रिएट होगा बिटवीन ए एंड बी. यू कैन सी दैट. एग्जांपल है एल्डोलेज डी कार्बोक्सिलेज एंजाइम. एल्डोलेज एंजाइम इट इज यूज्ड इन केस ऑफ ग्लाइकोलाइटिक पाथवे वेयर fructose 1,6 डाइफॉस्फेट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3-phosphate एंड डाइहाइड्रोक्सी एसिटोन फॉस्फेट. यहाँ पे क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स, ब्रेकेज ऑकर बट विदाउट द एडिशन ऑफ वाटर. वाटर के हेल्प के बगैर होता है. Now our next category of enzyme is isomerases. These catalyze change of a substrate into related isomeric form. Molecular formula उसका same रहेगा but structure different हो जाएगा. Internal rearrangement of atomic rearrangement की वजह से एक related isomer create होता है. आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं ये जो ये वाला चेंज आइसोमर में कन्वर्ट हुआ है एंड द एंजाइम दैट विल बी रिस्पांसिबल that will be called isomerase enzyme. One important example is given here, phosphohexose isomerase. ये एंजाइम भी यूज होता है इन ग्लाइकोलाइटिक पाथवे where one step is there where glucose 6 phosphate is converted into fructose 6 phosphate. उस स्टेप में जो एंजाइम चाहिए जहाँ पे इंटरनल रीअरेंजमेंट की वजह से ग्लूकोज 6 फॉस्फेट से फ्रुक्टोज 6 फॉस्फेट हुआ है, वहाँ पे जो एंजाइम चाहिए दैट एंजाइम इज कॉल्ड phosphohexose isomerase. Our last category of enzyme is ligases or synthetases. ये वाला एंजाइम बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है स्टूडेंट्स. These enzymes are used for joining purpose. These catalyze joining of two molecules but at the expense of high energy bond of ATP. That is ATP टूट के एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करता है जो बॉन्ड जोड़ता है दो मॉलिक्यूल को. The examples are given amino acid tRNA synthetase. ये प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस के वक्त लगता है. DNA ligase DNA को जोड़ने में हेल्प करता है. So these are our ligase enzyme and these are our 6 main categories of enzyme. I hope आपको समझ में आया होगा. Students, हमने enzyme related important topics तो discuss कर लिए, but now I am going to discuss with you some important points which are very important for your entrance point of view, and these are written on the board. The first point is who coined the term enzyme, and the man is Friedrich Wilhelm Kuhne in 1878. He coined the term enzyme. Now the second is what is the literal meaning of enzyme? It is in yeast. And the third one is who first demonstrated that alcoholic fermentation can occur? That is Louis Pasteur, who demonstrated that alcoholic fermentation was brought about by the action of the living yeast cell. Because of this discovery, he is regarded as savior of the wine industry and also he is regarded as father of microbiology. But later on, Edward Buchner, he prepared a self-free pressed juice from brewer's yeast that caused formation of carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol from sugary substances. So he was the first person who coined that fermentation can occur as a self-free condition. So from that yeast extract, he isolated the first enzyme, zymase, for which he was awarded with Nobel Prize in the year 1907. Later on, J.B. Sumner, he is regarded as father of modern enzymology students because he was the first person who isolated and purified an enzyme, urease, in the crystalline form. He isolated the first enzyme in crystalline form and that enzyme was isolated from jack beans. So these are some important points, students. Other than these points, enzymes are used in everywhere. Enzymes are used, students, such as for clearing of fruit juices, pectinase enzyme is used. In the detergent you can find protease enzyme. In our biotechnology, endonuclease, ligase enzyme are used. Alcoholic beverage formation enzymes are used. So these are some importance of enzymes, students. I hope topics are clear to you and this will help you during your exam. तो स्टूडेंट्स, हमने एंजाइम की इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स डिस्कस कर लिए हैं. अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो इसको लाइक और शेयर ज़रूर कीजिए और अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ इसको सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल बटन को दबाइए. मैं आगे भी इस तरह से अच्छे वीडियोस इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स पे लाती रहूँगी आपकी मदद के लिए. आपकी ये दोस्त हमेशा हाजिर है.